And just there's the unusual colours for a racing car, actually, purple and silver, of Craig Dolby. One of the other young stars of this, really making his name already, was the young man who finished at third in the race here. Let's there we can see.
Okay, we've got a view of a driver's eye view here. We're on board with the leader, Beijing Guan, and you see the graphic on the right. The lower dial, needle dial, is the RPM of the engine. The blue one around the outside is the speed. Obviously that's low because they're stuck behind the safety car at the minute. And then we've got throttle. You see the green and red. Goes green when he throttles and red when he brakes. So,
and then you've got there, he's just changed down a gear to second.
Yeah.
And then the little green ball that's bobbing around is the G-force. Now, that is pretty well in the centre of the target at the moment, but when they're racing, that will go out to 3 or 4 G.
Out and forward when he brakes also. So they're warming up, and...
still the lights on the pace car. Just talking about that braking, when I've been passengered in racing cars, the thing that's most impressive is not the acceleration, but the braking. The braking, you wouldn't believe a car can stop so quickly and it snaps forward and so on.
The biggest difference between a racing car and a road car is how good the brakes are and how late you can brake and still stop. And that's helped, of course, by the aerodynamics. The wings of the car push the car into the ground, or suck it into the ground to be more accurate, but that enables you to brake even harder and later and still stop. And when you get something like a touring car or a GT Le Mans car and get a spare seat fitted in and take passengers around, and you usually take VIPs and passengers around on corporate event, they just cannot believe how they start to brake halfway down the straight while you're still changing up.
They think you're mad.
Yeah, you change up another gear and the bloke's already gone for the brake with his foot. Obviously it doesn't have any effect because he hasn't got a brake pedal, but it's a nice way to frighten people. You can get a kick out of it.
And of course you've won a lot of races in GT cars and in touring cars. You're one of the stars of the British Touring Car Championship. My analyst here, Kelvin Burke, test drove for Formula 1, a couple of Formula 1 teams. Got pretty close to making the top. Kelvin won that Formula 3 Championship as well. But here you are now in the analyst chair. And not quite the buzz of racing doing a TV commentary, but it still gets the old heart beating.
Yeah, it does.
I tell you.
It does. I haven't done much of this live. I've done some recorded programming before, but we're doing this live, obviously, and it keeps you on your toes.
It does.
Sure. Yeah,
it does.
Yeah. Right, the car has been moved, and unfortunately they're at the end of a lap, so I think we're going to see one more complete lap and then restart with 30 odd minutes of the race remaining.
Officials running this race are all from the UK, from the BARC mainly, and we've got British stewards as well. I think we have a few British marshals out there. But the Belgian marshals very well trained here. As I said, they have lots of races here. So they have a 24-hour race, amongst other things. And this place, pretty well steeped in history, is of course the circuit where the late great Gilles Villeneuve, who I was privileged to know and actually work with on some Canadian TV programming, he lost his life here in a collision in a qualifying session. There's a couple of tributes to him around the circuit. Permanent tributes. Just having a look, seeing if there have been any other moves here, Kelvin. So the Anderlecht car is 14th from the back.
Yeah.
And we've been watching
I was tipping
Craig
that
Dolby.
one.
Yeah.
And the Eindhoven car, currently 10th, I was also tipping that one. Something I noticed, I mentioned 5 minutes ago, the Olympiacos currently 3rd and Sevilla 4th. As the safety car came out, I thought they were the other way around, so I don't know if Olympiacos has been a bit of a naughty boy, but I'm sure that'll come out in the wash.
And Sevilla, Borja Garcia's got something to prove because he lost it in race 1, and he's a young driver still on the move up, very experienced in cars of this nature, Garcia.
That's him there in 4th, the white car there, mid-screen, followed by the Roma car of Enrico Toccocello, another one of the experienced drivers. So the first two here are quite experienced, as is Toccocello in the Roma car. A lot of the others relatively inexperienced, younger drivers. Okay, so safety car coming off.
And then it'll be full throttle again. And let's see what happens down into the first corner. The green flag drops and off they go.
Away.
Yeah, we've already got 5 laps in the book. And this first section of the track, the left-hander and the long right-hander can be pretty tricky. And certainly off to a flying start. Davide Rigon flying the colours of the Beijing club.
Got the drop on them really well there. He's already around the third corner. He got fantastic traction. He was careful to position the car out of the last corner in the middle of the road and straightened it up and got a really good drive off that last corner. Marshall's waved the green flags, which means we're back on, and he's got a good 100 yards already, but same applies, and there's the battle for
side by side.
Third. Was that the AC Milan car down to fourth?
Yeah, I think it is. Yeah. Flames coming out of the back of that on the overrun.
He's got him around the outside, yeah.
I think that car's got a problem. I think it's got an engine problem.
Possibly. No, he's off. He's underway again. But that is the erstwhile second place Dornbos. He's down to third now. He was down to fourth. I don't know if Dornbos's car. Remember that one was damaged.
Spin. Just popped it onto the curb. People going everywhere. He's still facing the wrong direction. Spins it round. Whoa! There.
Well, I was going to say he did well to recover, but he did well to recover without taking out the whole of the field.
Right in front of Liverpool FC as well. Well, I'm sure Adrian Vallis wasn't very happy about that. Well, it's all very mixed up now. Cars side by side here at Zolder. Let's see that in replay.
It's the yellow car we're looking just off to the right. There, he got pushed onto the curb, which unloaded the car, and he accelerated around it when sent the Flamengo car across the grass, and was really lucky not to collect one then as he power spun it round. But the Liverpool car, the race one winner, got totally compromised by that. So wasn't that careful driving, but they live to tell another day. So it's Roma through into second place.
And I'm still watching the RSC Anderlecht car, which is up to 11th place, so it's managed to benefit from that.
Yeah, the race one.
Oh dear. Olympiacos.
He was third, so we've lost him. We haven't seen how it's in the last corner. It's in the last chicane on the gravel, and he was running third.
Rally crossing's big in Belgium, and has he got all his gears?
Yeah, he's not going very quickly there. So there's the second place, Roma. Beijing still leading. Remember the green car? There is the leader.
Got a huge lead, 6 seconds of it.
There's been such a fight behind that he's pulled out in 2 laps. He's pulled 6 seconds, 7 seconds to most of them. So he's looking in a strong position at the moment, Beijing. We've got 28 minutes left of the race, plus 1 lap. He's the fastest man as well on the circuit at the minute.
1:40.292, that was his last lap, so he's managed to hook it up here. But still not a lot of grip around this Zolder track, is there?
No, the car's moving around a lot.
Keeping it off the curbs.
Yeah, he's being careful, of course. He's not under too much pressure now, so he can concentrate on just driving the best line. And there's Toccacello in the Roma car, second place. And our screen is still showing Olympiacos in third, but we saw that car on the grass. I think it's AC Milan in third. Yes, it is. AC Milan in third. Dornbos. And
still seeing what Anderlecht is doing. Are they moving up through the field? Cars crossing the line or trip the timing screens. Beijing, Roma, Milan, Olympiacos, Seville, Tottenham Hotspur, Tappi going well, and Flamengo. And Eindhoven in 9th place, Anderlecht still down in 11th.
And the leader, Beijing's last lap, was 1.4 seconds quicker than everyone else on that lap. So they've got to get their heads down. They had a bit of a fight for a lap or two, and they've sorted themselves out. They need to get their heads down and close that gap up to the leader.
Yeah, Dornbos.
8-second lead he has at the minute.
Is the AC Milan car, and still flames out of the car on the overrun. Go on board with Bobby D, as the Americans christened him. Had a great season over there in America last year, driving for the Minardi USA team. And Robert Dornbos is in a podium position. Olympiacos will be following him. And Elmer Berman for PSV, he's up in the top 10. Give some of his fans here a car to cheer.
And there's a car with a broken front wing there, the Flamengo car of the other Brazilian, the remaining Brazilian. Neither of those two guys have gone very well here, and he will be holding up the cars behind him.
Yeah, I think he's doing that. I think Craig Dolby is holed up behind him in the Anderlecht car.
The red car there, mid-screen